something that I have been thinking about when it comes to Santa Muerte devotion is the shifts and the changes that our path takes. There's a time when we are solely focused on, building up the relationship, which is important, especially when you are first starting out, to build that connection, to build that relationship, to let her get to know you and you get to know her. And that never goes away. You're always going to be deepening and building that relationship and building that connection. But I noticed that there is that time when we always want to show off our altar, when we are kind of glued to our altars. Not to say that we should ever neglect our altars. Things happen. That doesn't make you a shitty devotee. It's just important to be consistent, and we talk about that a lot as devotees. And especially now, everyone loves to show off their Santa Muerte altars. There was a time when I loved to show off my altars. I loved to show off my statues. And it was a very outward show of my devotion. And I find that now my devotion has taken an inward turn. And my focus is more inward on embodiment. And it's not just like saying like, oh, I'm a Santa Muerte devotee, da, 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 da. But it's actually embodying what that means and how that looks like for me. Embodying the lessons and the wisdom that mommy has shared with me over the years of my devotion. Embodying her energy. I've had multiple people, whether they are just watching my videos or it's reading my posts or, one-on-one sessions with clients, where they always say that no matter what, they can always feel mommy's presence when I speak. They're like, in a way, I can feel like she's speaking to me through you. And that has always reminded me that my focus on embodiment is exactly where I need to focus, because it's really taking in mommy's energy and not just it being an outward thing, but it's something from within. Really embodying what it means to be her child, to be a devotee. And like I said, in my own way, because every person's way looks different. But instead of it being an outward display or feeling the need like I have to say, I'm a Santa Muerte devotee, it's just felt, it's seen, it's known. It doesn't need to be shouted from the rooftops. Not to say that I am not proud to be, to be her daughter, because I am. You know what I mean? Mommy is my queen. I love her in this life and all the other lives. I will always choose her. But I've just noticed that my devotion has taken a different turn. It's like living devotion day to day. Not as a sometimes thing, not as only when I'm at the altar, but when I'm out and about in public, when I'm out and about at the grocery store, when I'm out and about dealing with people, when I'm out and about wherever I am, in whatever I'm doing. Always bringing in her energy, what I've learned from her, and just cultivating a life from that place. And I don't know if anyone else is in that point in their devotion, or maybe not everyone understands where I'm coming from, but I find that is my focus these days, is just to really be that embodiment. And in a way it's like embodying death, but truly. And then I look too at like my astrological charts and other systems and practices that I have dove into, because I'm a very curious person. And all of my placements, everything about me and my genetic makeup and my spiritual makeup and my soul, all points to death. As morbid as that sounds, it doesn't sound morbid to me. It sounds like it makes sense. But everything about me has always pointed to death. So it makes sense, me being a Santa Muerte devotee, being devoted to death and being an embodiment and an expression of death, earthside. You know what I mean? And then me and my man, we have been watching Supernatural, and just, you know, the Reapers and death, you know, one of the four horsemen, literally death, his death itself. And I was telling my man, I was like, I love his character. You know, of course, in Supernatural, death is portrayed as a masculine energy, but just the drops of, you know, wisdom. I don't know. That's just where I've been lately.